Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Mega Man 4 tournament for Speedgaming Live 2025. Tonight's race from the winners bracket is between MelloFlowz and the GuyNextDoor717. I'm Mr. Cab, here to bring you all the action tonight from this. This is the last race we have in this round of the bracket. I'm pulling it up to make sure I'm not lying to you here. But this is the last of the round of 16. The winner will face Sage Hero, the 4 seed. GuyNextDoor and Mello, both veterans of the Mega Man series. They've both been getting ready in the background, so we're just going to be getting right into this here. And we'll get this synced up in just a minute. Yes, Mello coming in with the 3817 as a PB. GuyNextDoor, I feel like he's more recent into Mega Man than he really is. You know how it is these days. We're all getting old. But GuyNextDoor has been a force for the last few years in Mega Man, specializing mostly in Mega Man 4. So we'll see if Mello, the veteran, is able to keep up with the new guy next door. We'll do a little more syncing after Brightman stage, but as we all know with Mega Man 4, we do have our route differences. Of course, here, both of them deciding to go Brightman first, so they'll both have Flash Stopper and Pharaoh Man stage. Pretty standard start for the GuyNextDoor so far. Does get a slow Grasshopper here, so we'll see what Mello can do. Again, we're going to be syncing up soon, so just keeping an eye on what Grasshoppers we get. Might actually be to our benefit to see the runners get through these sections a little differently. Mello with the slide on the Grasshopper. Playing a little risky there. GuyNextDoor with a nice early jump to make sure he takes out that Lantern enemy. You don't want to miss that shot and get knocked into the pit. So that's good. GuyNextDoor in to fight Brightman. You've heard us say it time and time again here on the show. Brightman, 28 hit points. Don't get him on to 16, 8, or 4 hit points. You do that by making sure one of these early hits is a lemon and everything else is a charge shot. GuyNextDoor not getting the full charge there, trying to quickly make up for it with 3 lemons in a row, but not able to avoid the flash. Of course, it doesn't really make a difference for the fight. Just means he got flash for a little bit. Mello's going to give some of this time back with a shot there. Just missed under Brightman in the jump. Brightman, expert at dodging, kind of a jerk jumping around all the time. There we go. And that's both of them down. So we will see if we can get them back in sync for starting up Pharaoh Man. Strong first stage from both runners. It's what you want to see, especially in a race setting. Brightman stage, especially if you do it first, not really the most threatening of stages, but you don't want to sleep on it either. So into Pharaoh we go. Both runners are going to immediately use the Flash Stopper here. Now, you've heard us say this time and time again, use Flash, you get 4 seconds of nothing moving. All those enemies are frozen. The more you slide, the more that timer doesn't tick down. So this is the balloon jump, and you can see GuyNextDoor hesitating a little bit there, wants to really make sure he gets it. This game will be full of a lot of flashing. I'll throw that warning out there right now. The background's going to flicker an awful lot as we go forward. But both of them get through the balloon jump. No balloonless strats today. Which honestly kind of works out. And I think we have our timers as close as we're going to get them from here on out. This screen is all about lag management from here. You do have to kind of ride the platforms across the spikes. There are tricks here. They say as soon as you see it, you can slide forward. You won't slide off the edge. You'll catch on the edge of the platform. As soon as you see the eyes open, make the jump. It's just a matter of keeping bullets off the screen. Mega Man 5 reference from Mello. Hopefully it won't matter. They are in sync here near the end of Pharaoh's stage. So Pharaoh Man, a notable boss in that it's the only one that will not body you for 8 whole damage. Which is good, because he jumps around the room. He's a jerk. He likes to dodge. Bright is the weakness of Pharaoh, but we have no real interest in using it, because if you use that, you are stuck firing lemons. You'll do 1 damage at a time. Pharaoh Man won't be able to do anything, but it's going to be longer than sitting here and firing charge shots into his face. Mega Man 4, of course, the first Mega Man game to have the Charge Buster, and they wanted to make sure you used it. Not too bad. Mello a little bit behind. But he gets the fast teleport animation, and that's going to make up a lot of the gap. So GuyNextDoor got a slightly faster kill. Mega Man 4, notable for having the so-called magic pixel. A lot of people know with Mega Man games, you want to get into the middle of the room, shorten that animation for Mega Man to beam out. In Mega Man 4 specifically, if you're in the middle of the room, things go faster. Pharaoh Man and Dive Man, you can be centered vertically as well as horizontally, and that saves even more time. So you love to see it. So into Ringman stage, no more route variations, not that we had any in this race anyway. First half of this stage, and half, I mean, this is vertical section, really, where you're going to use Balloon. You can see a little bit of extra speed here and there. GuyNextDoor is shooting a balloon from the right side. I'm not sure I've seen that before, but it works. And the immediate switch to Pharaoh from both runners. Mello just slightly ahead here. That's a mid-boss. We're not going to deal with those in this run as much as possible. Instead, of course, the next one you do have to kill, but hopefully that's it. A lot of the mini-bosses in this game, you can just go right past. So Pharaoh Shot, it's a great weapon. You can charge it over your head. It does bad things to enemies like this Ring Spring King. GuyNextDoor hanging back, not going for the Kazaz boost. Still a quick kill, but it has to just wander across the screen to get there. Neither runner able to get the back boost over the Hippo. Not a huge time loss, but we have a very tight race so far, and that's just one of those things you love to see. Just a lot of lag. They were getting better at it than Mega Man 3 at this point, but there's still quite a bit of lag. GuyNextDoor not able to find the A button there as the platform at the end of the stage just came out from under him. He's going to switch to Brightman strats. Not a bad idea to make sure you hang on to enough Pharaoh. Just have to be careful of these Saturn enemies, which normally you're killing in different ways, but he's able to do it. So Mello firing the early Pharaoh shot into the room. Gets a nice kill. And he's looking for that pixel. He's going to find it. I think he's on it. So Mega Man won't jump up. He'll just pop into the middle of the screen. Saves about 2 seconds every time you see it. So let's talk about this fight. You have 1 frame when you enter the room to be holding buttons. That lets you hold B to get the charge. He's going to fire this, slide over. You're going to see the sun kind of bonk into Ring. At least that's what he wanted to do. Mello was able to do it. Mello missed his next shot, though, so that's fine. GuyNextDoor out of ammo there. I didn't see where Mello was health and ammo-wise, but Ringman stage is also the stage where you basically, the speedrun routes it, you will have 2 hit points and no ammo left at the end. So there's 2 options for Dustman stage. Pharaoh or Bright. Bright is slightly slower. We're talking like less than a second, depending on drops and some other things, but infinitely safer than going with Pharaoh. This room is actually just known as the lag room. Mello's going to stop trying to even fight that ladybug and just bonk for the iframes. GuyNextDoor also opting for Bright. Can't blame him. So Mello gets the weapon drop from Eddie. That's why you switch to Ring early. We don't want to sit through a Bright refill for no reason. So we're in the Crusher. There's some very specific movement. The guy next door, no! Mello, no! Oh my goodness! Mello barely getting through that. Guy next door eating a second death near the end of a sequence now. Just not what he wanted to see coming into this race, obviously. That is a hard jump in the lag room to go underneath that ladybug. Mello, I was saying, a very specific set of movements to get through that Crusher. Just was a little late getting to where he wanted to for that last one. Got a little lucky taking out those blocks, able to just hide in the alcove. So he's through to Dustman. Dustman sucks. And that is the strat, actually. You just saw it there. Fire the ring through Dustman and then crash into him. Crashing into him will stop the suck animation, which has invincibility. The ring will come back and hit Dustman for damage. The only problem is every time you do that, it's 8 hit points. So GND here, gonna wait. Oh, this is... Oh my goodness, he made it! So Mega Man, if you ever get to look at the hitboxes of this game in Mega Man 4, when Mega Man's sliding, it's very small. He has a very narrow hitbox. It's also why sliding on the platforms in Ringman stage don't trigger them. So you have some extra space there before you get squished. And Guy Next Door, and Mello as well, if we're being honest, taking full advantage of that. We're describing that well. Mello does this game's one fast zip before switching to Balloon for the rest of the stage. Well, staying on Balloon, I guess. You saw it in Ring, you're seeing it again here. Balloon's kind of into the wall. And the balloon kind of exists for about 16 frames. You can land on it, you can jump off of it. The old joke is 16 frames is literally an eternity for a speedrunner. So, lots of time to jump off of it. It's about halfway through the stage is where you switch to Bright. If you didn't have balloons, you'd be using Bright the whole time. And like we said in Pharaoh Man stage, every time you slide, it extends the duration of this flash. It just does not run out while you're sliding for some reason. So we take full advantage of that. Guy Next Door, gonna try and set up the zip here. Very nice. Mega Man 4, because we implemented crushing, if you're stuck in the wall at any point in time, the game will just say, let's kill Mega Man. Iframes are what negates that, and this stage just has the one zip there. That makes sense. Guy Next Door, a very dangerous slide up there. In danger of being crushed. Mello here, having a good enough skull fight. It took some extra hits from the worms on the way in. Got bonked by Skull himself, but able to take him out. Skullman, somewhat famously, very reactive. If you don't do anything, Skullman won't do anything. So you can, by definition, manipulate his pattern. There's no way around it. So Mello out of there, into Dive Man, Drill Man, Dive Man, Drill Man, Dive Man. Guy Next Door using the extra flash. He's got the ammo, might as well make sure he doesn't get bonked by the worms, especially with the low health. You don't need that extra health if you're comfortable in the skull fight, but, you know, a race, you've already taken a couple of deaths too. He really doesn't want to game over and do this whole stage again. We'll get a look at his life count here. I'm not sure if maybe he caught a stray one up along the way. No, he did not. So yeah, get that health. Mello here to fight the Missile Whale. That little, like, beam and thing, that's a Missile Whale, trust me. We don't... I guess we don't skip the Missile Whales, we just cheese them. Either way, it's fine. Nice skull fight from Guy Next Door. As we all know, the perfect way to not take damage against the boss is to prepare and get extra health. It never fails. Mello, meanwhile, has gotten a Bright refill somewhere along the way. Dive is a stage where you very often will either run... You will use all of your Bright if you don't get refills. So seeing it is nice. There's like 8 or 9 screens you want to use it on. So he's going to slide from the back of this platform, which mostly serves to make sure you don't fall into the pit there. That's the wire pit. Shoutouts to the Wire, not seen in this run. He has the extra bright. He's going to switch to Skull anyway, which is fine. You do have to make that switch at some point, so it's not like it's a wasted menu. And, you know, we could just get into it in general, right? You use the strats you're used to, no matter what you have. I'm used to bright, so don't mind me. So, Dive Man always drills across the screen. We're short one. Okay, a little bit of time lost there, but he was able to deal with it. That's the risk with the Skull strat in general, right? Mello executed most of it perfectly until the very end, but it does have perfect ammo at that point. And of course, your speed strats will use all of the bright and all of the Skull, so you can't really blame that part of it on him. Drill Man, dive. I did it again. Dive Man will kind of spin across the screen, corkscrew at you as long as you're to open the fight, and then as long as you're close, but it won't do the same thing 3 times in a row. So again, you're not so much manipulating him so much as that's just how his attack pattern works. Anyway, Mello's in a Drill Man stage. Again, more bright. Flash Stopper is just so strong in this game. It really is just a lot of execution in the back half of the first 8 robots. The bat's just not helping us here. So he's taking some hits on that screen. GuyNextDoor getting harassed by these missiles a little bit, but he's able to get through it, no problem. He's going to go for it. I don't think he got it there. He was going for the same thing that Mello got in Pharaoh Man stage. Is still on the magic pixel at least, and that's fine. Mello didn't go for the jump at all from what I could see. Either he was late or he was already just phased, just stunned by the fight itself. So Mello's on this last screen of drill. The gimmick is turn on the lights, but this screen, more than any other screen in this game, shows off what perfect movement and Flash Stopper does. If you're really, really good, like world record tier good, you can get through that entire screen on one use of Flash, which is just nuts. So this is Dive Man, definitely not Drill Man, because he's about to dive. So he always dives to open the fight. Every time Drill Man goes underground, including that one, it's 4 seconds. Well, and now this is another 4 seconds. So Drill Man's going to do his best for GuyNextDoor right now. Oh, he gave up, and now he started shooting. His weakness is the dive missiles, which have very questionable homing capabilities. GuyNextDoor able to survive that drop and not fall in the spikes. Very nice. It only does 3 points of damage. That will come into play later. But other than getting bad luck with the early extra dive, a clean fight from Mello. If you ask anybody in this tournament if they would take a drill fight where they got 1 extra dive, all of us would say yes. Pretty sure every last one of us would take that outside of risking 2 and 3 and 4 dives. So we'll see when GND, he's going to try to switch to dive here, which will let him use the musical cue for when Drill Man comes back up. Mello into Toadman stage. This wind pushes you to the left. Nintendo Power, Game Pro, a lot of strategy guides, especially from the early 90s, said go to Toadman first. This stage is just rough. And Drill giving up after the dive missiles betrayed GuyNextDoor. He will take a dive. So 1 dive each. That's actually pretty good. Unfortunately for GND, Mello getting the same good luck. That green beam at the top of the screen, that's a snail. That's another mid-boss. We love mid-bosses in Mega Man 4. That's why we run from them. We let them live, right? We let them live. This is another snail. And that is a snail, actually. So we're going to see what Mello decides to do here. You can't pause while Bright is active, so we couldn't do anything until this point. Once it solidifies, it is there. You've got to fight this thing now. You could fall in the pit. It might be faster, but then you're also getting into risking a soft lock. That's part of the mythos of that snail. If you take a death at some point and come back to that screen and use Bright as soon as possible on that screen, like the first frame, you're mashing B, you will soft lock. So people tend to be a little skittish. Of course, GND getting the opening there to get some time back, finds his way into a pit on the first screen of Toad. Not what he wants to see, obviously, but it does give him that use of Bright back. Does actually refill his lives because of the game over. He's probably more upset about the time spent on the game over screen listening to the little jingle than he is the death itself, because you don't want that game over at the end of a stage, you want it at the start of a stage. That said, 1940, give or take, MelloFlowz done with the 8 robots onto the villainous Dr. Cossack stage, where we will all pretend we have not known this game has been out for 24 years. 34 years? My goodness. And that there isn't another castle after this. This is clearly the villain of the game. Shouts to Rush Marine. See if G&D can skip the second snail. You want to hold left at some point during this. And he's just going to jump right into it. That's fine. If you bonk off of it directly, you want to hold left to make sure you don't fall in the pit from the water pushing you to the right. Optimally, you get a bit of a back boost off of the eyeball that hasn't formed up yet. And you can use that to go to the right. Mello going to the left at the start of the stage. There is an E-tank there. That is the free tank. Takes about 2 seconds to get and is a great race strat. Guy next door bombarding Toadman with a drill bomb as he enters the screen. It does absolutely nothing, unfortunately. Toadman famously has the rain flush, which hits the entire screen. The only way to stop him from using it is to not stop shooting him. So Mello on this, this is technically the checkpoint screen of Cossack 1. And you do want to get as far as you can off the edge of those platforms before the enemies coming out of the pit come to get you. He's trying to despawn the Skull Joe here. Looks like he did it, which is pretty nice. Saves you health more than anything. Very nice placing that balloon just the right height to slide along it. And saves a jump. Obviously moving faster than a slide anyway. Mello going to do the 1, 2, 3 balloon strat. Just climb up there safely. Lots of lag on that screen pretty much no matter what you do. But he's through. So G&D into Cossack 1 as well. We'll see if he grabs the tank or if he's just going to go and get those 2. He's getting the 2 seconds back. So the moth here, the weakness is that gem in the middle of its body. Its hitbox is only 1 pixel. Ring's hitbox only 1 pixel. So you're trying to make 2 pixels collide. It's amazing it happens. But a strong fight from Mello. Moving right along, no problems. G&D on the screen as well. That checkpoint screen in Cossack 1 also a great candidate for Bright. You're not going to use it at any other point in these stages because this is an NES Mega Man game. We do not get weapon ammo back between stages. That's why Mello is already halfway through that balloon meter, if not more. So this is the Rush Jet screen. You know, most Mega Man games have that screen where they intend for you to use Rush Jet. And this is it. We're using Balloon instead because it's slightly faster. The damage boost, obviously, to get across spikes. Mello not able to get past that next one there. This is the real screen where Balloon pays off with this extreme vertical movement. He's going to reach for the E-Tank. I don't blame him. Blame him a little bit, I guess. This is the checkpoint screen. There's a large health drop up there. So using that E-Tank, there is something to be said about not worrying about it and not having to worry about, I'm going to get it. So he's healed up. He's good to go. He's not losing more time to GND, except for the literal eternity it takes for that life meter to fill up. GND done with the moth. Keeping up the pace. That's what you like to see. Mello into square machine. Place your bets absolutely right now. What's it going to be? 3, 2, or 1? We have a 3. So you get to see all 3 patterns here. The square machine will cross at this slowest speed at least once, at which point it forms up, and you get to actually attack it. Mello doing a good job, for the most part, of getting up there to shoot it. I think he got 4 hits in? A 3x3, the bad pattern. If you get a 1x1, you only ever see this one section, so it's not even that it moves fast, it's that it moves at all. It's bad for your time. So Guy Next Door with an opening here. It's an RNG opening, but Mello getting the worst pattern makes it somewhat likely that the Guy Next Door will have a chance to get something back out of this. Not quite able to grab the ladder. He's using some slightly safer movement, which is fine. Nice balloon jump. And he's going to go up here for this health I was talking about. Both runners pretty much out of balloons, which is expected for this point in the run. We only need one more balloon, and it's something that Coil can take care of just fine. So Mello's in the Mega Man 4 auto-scroller. Cossack 3. Once you see the unhappy clouds, you can't unsee the unhappy clouds. It is a face. So Mello will have the option to fill some weapons during this while Guy Next Door is into the square machine fight. Getting a 3 pass to start. No time to gain. If you get the 1x1 compared to even like a 3x2, it is something ridiculous. Like, it's double-digit seconds that you pick up. Excuse me, I just need a drink here. We're running the one-man show tonight. 3x1, right? Even if you only see it once, you do love to see the one pattern. He can take that hit just barely. He doesn't get the kill, though! 3x1x2. Anytime there's a third pattern, right? It's already worse than if you didn't. He needs to not die on this shot, too. Oh, he's through. Guy Next Door had an opening there to pick up, a good, something close to 10 seconds, I'm sure. Just did not work out for him there. Square Machine is a little trickier than it looks. There are strats to kind of make sure you get at least 4 hits in, because if you get 4 hits in a cycle, you'll make it. So you really are kind of going, honestly, for 5 and 2 on it, optimally. But as long as you get 4 on at least one cycle, you should be okay. Not taking the death, though, more important for sure. There are no checkpoints in boss corridors in this game, in the castle stages. So you want to make sure that happens. Mello gets the double hit. These are the Cockroach Twins. There's a very specific set of hits there. Pharaoh, if you've been paying attention through the run, if you've been paying attention through the earlier races of this tournament, you already know. You can hit with the part that's over Mega Man's head and retain the charge and then fire off at full charge. So Pharaoh is a very kind of unique, interesting weapon in that sense. Probably a bug. Happy to take advantage of it. And the double hit there, that's kind of like the real signature move in that fight. Guy Next Door almost walking off the edge of that platform, just jumping back. He's fine, though. Mello is going to grab the Cossack 4 Pharaoh drop. It's one of those... It's another thing like the E-Tank at the start of Cossack 1. Your world record strats are not going to touch that thing. But in a race scenario, that can be the difference between finishing with, a time that's 2 seconds slower than that world record and not finishing at all. And in a race, you want to finish. So there's Mello pulling out Coil. It's fast. It's slower than Balloon, primarily because you have to sit through the little animation of Rush being such a cute dog and showing off that spring on his back. I'm not joking. But both runners are going to be employing Rush Coil there. gets the free tank that's sitting there with Drill. And he is through. GuyNextDoor in this fight as well. So let's talk about the cockroach fight for a second. You want to jump fire this shot. He's not going to make it over. So the timing is going to be a little off here. He might... Yeah, there we go. You're basically aiming to have a shot go through the top one and hit the bottom one. Cossack Catcher on Mello's screen here. Every time Mega Man slides while it's moving, he just stops. He finishes his vertical movement and then he just stops. Don't know why, but works for us. And with 2 hit points left, Proto Man shows up in the Tadotnik of time with Kalinka rescuing his daughter from... Oh my god, it's Dr. Wily again. Who would have seen this coming? I can't believe the best eyebrows in gaming are back. Shoutouts to... So G&D playing his game, still moving along just fine, also refilling Pharaoh. Mello into my favorite stage in Mega Man, the Let's Go Met stage. Every enemy's a Met. In this case, the little yellow helmet enemies. Little bits of movement can trip up a runner in this stage. The Mets are well placed to kind of get little pot shots in on you, which they're not really a threat of death, but as you can see from that spinning Met, it's like 1 or 2 hit points. But it knocks you back. It's annoying. It lags the game with all these bullets on the screen. He's taking care of business, though. The one water section where they put the spikes so close together, Rush Coil's not going to help you. Of course, that's what I was saying. You can't jump out of slides in Mega Man 4 if you're underwater. No, there's a few other situations, like if you're sliding under a ladder, you will not be able to jump. So there's a couple of spots you might need to slide cancel. GuyNextDoor getting bonked by the Cossack Catcher. Has to be a little careful here. Don't know if he got the E-Tank in the stage. He did, and he's going to reach for it. I don't blame him. Cossack Catcher's weakness, I believe, is canonically the Dust Crusher. But we want that dust ammo, and being able to slide around makes Buster a very viable option. MelloFlowz fighting Big Daddy Met while GuyNextDoor says, oh my god, it's Dr. Wily again. So Big Daddy Met can have a little bit of RNG with when he jumps, how long he stands around. Mello may be in a little bit of trouble there. I think he has an E-Tank, but just getting bonked the extra time was not really what he wanted. He got through. He's maintaining this one-stage lead on GND. I think Mello has 3 extra lives even. So if anything really catastrophic is going to happen, I feel like it would have to be in this stage. Otherwise, we're talking about running out of ammo for GND's chances at a comeback. All GuyNextDoor can really do right now is continue playing his game and force Mello to execute. But Mello showing off, he is the veteran. Even if sometimes Rush Jet spawns a little high. I've joked for years, and I'm always amused when I hear somebody else say it in commentary too. This is kind of Rush Jet the stage. Every Mega Man game seems to have this stage somewhere in it where you keep Rush Jet out, since Rush Jet lets you fire Buster Lemons. So if you need a lot of verticality, a lot of crossing gaps, you just kind of switch to Jet, and because there's no fast weapon switch, you stay on Jet. Yeah, learn Mega Man 4, dude. It's a great game. Nice work with the rollies on that screen for Mello. Like that, you can get hurt on that screen. Maybe not too badly, but it can happen. Mello's going to opt to stay on Jet. You can save, you know, fractions of seconds by going through that. So GuyNextDoor jumped onto the screen mostly so that he starts with the Met in range. Mello jumped in to have time to fire up the Rain Flush. That hits Taco Trash, this boss here, for 1 point of damage, which instantly fills the life meter, so we're not standing here listening to our favorite sound effect for a literal eternity. I shot it with a drill on the head. That destroys its hitbox for some reason. Thus, we're able to stand inside of it, take care of business that way. GuyNextDoor able to deal with Big Daddy Met while we were talking about Taco Trash. You love to see it. I'll always say with Taco Trash, you can destroy only the bottom half of his hitbox if you hit with the drill low, so make sure you hit with the drill on that gem. So Mello in a great situation here. 3 extra lives and an E-tank. Plenty of ammo. GND making his way through Wily 2 here. These spike drops are fun, because if you don't hold forward, you won't go far enough to get past the spikes. Oh my goodness. If you hold forward all the way on a slide, you'll go too far and hit the spikes on the other side. And if you just walk off the platform, GND, you'll give me a heart attack. Please don't do that. So Mello into the refights. Mega Man 3 and 4 both on my list of favorite refights just because the weapons flow. Like we were saying earlier, there's no fast weapon swaps on NES games, so one of the things you want to do is minimize the number of times you go to the menu. Dust is a soft weakness for Pharaoh. Does 2 points of damage, but it's significantly faster than either sitting there and firing full charge shots or using his true weakness of Bright. So we like to use that. And then, you know, Skull's weak against Dust. We might as well do Skull second. Even though we have to cross the room to get to the next teleporter, it's worth it to avoid the menu. GuyNextDoor coming up on Taco Trash here. Dive Man, second verse is the same as the first. Both runners having a little trouble with Dive Man, the first fight. This Mello just absolutely owns that second fight. So Skull is Bright Man's soft weakness. Those magic hit point values, as long as we hit Bright with either 3 or 5 Skull shields, we will avoid those magic values of 16, 8, and 4. And now we can start using Rain Flush the rest of the way. And this goes all the way back to Drill Man, where I said he'll have 1 hit point left if all you use is dive missiles because they do 3 points of damage. Well, here's that 1 hit point. You love to see it. So that sorry, I can't sing very well, is when Drill Man will jump out of the ground the first time if you don't pause. So there you go. Dive, drill. There we go. Dive. We need another dive to try and save time, but you can pretty much always get 2 hits in every time he pops out of the ground. That was all he had to give. And the last 3 here, it's almost irrelevant for like routing and ordering because you're just gonna kill them all with their weapon directly. The one thing that does happen is because you end on Dust. The Wily machine is weak to Ring, so you can keep that chain going. Ringman fight's slightly different. You can't charge starting this fight, so you're going to have to open with a uncharged shot. Not a problem for Mello. GuyNextDoor pummeling Pharaoh with Dust Crush. See, Dustman so often is the destroyer of runs. There's a lot of times you'll get here, and like once you start getting decent times, Dustman can just kind of sit there and decide to suck, and your time's just basically gone. GuyNextDoor not quite able to get the last hit in on Skull. Not a problem for him surviving, just a time loss. Something he doesn't really have a lot of left to give. Mello using Ring, making our favorite noise against the Skull Machine. Finishes it off with a Drill Bomb, which, much like Taco Trash, does damage to phase 2. You might have seen a full life meter, but then that first hit does 8 points of damage because it's really doing the second 4 points of damage. I don't make the graphics, I just explain them. Mello into the final stage. At this point, the gotcha is that the Wily Capsule is realistically only weak to Pharaoh. It's only vulnerable to that. Technically, Ring Boomerang also does 1 point of damage. But if you're breaking out Ring, things have gone wrong. Or you're playing bingo and you got that as a weird goal. Chat shouting out the you can kill Wily with Rain Flush glitch. That's a fan favorite. Soft locks the game, but it's funny. So Mello getting first hit. You need 5 full charge shots, and this is where that ammo drop way back in Cossack 4 comes in. I think that was a double hit, maybe. Oh, there it is. 40-16 for Mello. Get the GGs out. GuyNextDoor almost done with the refights. Not honestly that far behind. Just dealing with Ringman. Ringman, very traditionally kind of the boss. Someone picking up this game for the first time is going to have just a hard time with. Definitely recommend checking out Chelney's tutorials, especially the videos where you get to see him just dodge Ringman forever. This Ringman's pattern is deceptively simple. It just moves really fast. On to the Skull Machine for GND. Oh, that dink sound. So GuyNextDoor just looking for the menu here. He's got it. He knows what he's doing. It's one of those things where, like, menu mistakes are fine. We've all done them. It doesn't hurt your ability to finish. It's just one of those things where you're always sitting there and it's, oh man, I lost 5 seconds. Oh man, I lost 5 seconds. Whatever it is. It's a good fight and on to the final. We'll see if GND has plenty of Pharaoh ammo. I can't imagine he doesn't. It's the one thing that we know, everybody knows, don't run at Pharaoh. And there are methods around it with holding B over your head. And as we're wrapping up here, Mello is joining us in the booth.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Mr. Cap.
Well, welcome aboard. GND with one more shot. There we go. Get the GGs out. So Mello, congrats.
Thank you. I had no idea where I was at. This is the first time I wasn't watching the stream in the background. And I'm glad I didn't, because it's really unnerving.
Yeah, that's always the thing when it's more and more viewers now are used to the randomizer race rules of do not watch your opponent's race at all. And I know in vanilla games forever it's been, no, you can watch, it's fine. We know where everything is.
I used to always watch because, I feel like the information could be used to adjust routes and such, but it's usually disastrous when I watch.
I have definitely made decisions on whether or not to go for zips based on I'll still be ahead. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's always a thing. And
like I went for both E-tanks, which I never do, but I don't know, I just felt like I should, and I
see,
ended up needing one. Kind
I
of.
thought it was the opposite situation because you were ahead by about a stage from about Skullman on, and
Oh.
it was like, oh, he wants that E-tank. He's got to save that time. G&D goes for the E-tank. Oh, skipping the E-tank then is like, gotta catch up. Gotta catch up.
Mm. Yeah, it's not much of a time loss anyways. I might continue doing it in races. I know G&D has a lot of race experience. Like he has a lot of friendly races with Toad and Vet. So I was worried that he had like the race consistency and such.
Yeah, you guys were like neck and neck right up until the lag room. That's where a few mistakes got started. He was mostly hitting his shots. He just had a couple of really bad deaths. And then I thought, there was his chance. He was going to pick up about 20 seconds back on you. And then
I thought I was
then he got a third cycle on Square Machine.
Oh, yeah. Square Machine sucks.
Nobody likes the Square.
And yeah, the Square Machine actually, I was worried it was going to throw me off because I only practice, like, if you start off with a 2, I think, like the pendulum platforms are at a different place.
Is that what controls that?
Yeah, like depending on your opening or whatever pattern you get, the pendulum platforms could be at different heights. Like sometimes you might want to jump on the left one, or I don't know. It's just a different height depending on the pattern you get, and you just need to practice them all. And there's one that I don't know at all.
Yeah, that Square Machine just kind of is what it is. But I'm trying to think. Like you pretty much got everything.
I had to use the E-tank in Cossack 2 because I took so much damage in the stage. By the time I reached the checkpoint room with the bat, I only had like 4 health left, so I used the E-tank that I grabbed in Cossack 1.
Yeah.
Hey, Mello, GG's, by the way.
Yo, GND, thank you. GG's.
We are joined by the guy next door himself. GG, sir.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah. Had some faults in there, but Mello, was that a PB for you?
No, I just have new splits because I'm on emulator.
Oh.
Emulator now.
Okay, gotcha.
Auto splitter.
I think we also got the classic guy next. You are guy next door. I'm looking at race time, and race time chat is saying like it's a new race PB, and race time for some of us is still relatively new if we're back to the SRL days. But I guess you've got the blue splits up there too.
Oh, so that was a race PB for you, GND?
No, not for me. No.
I think according to race time, it was for both of you.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't know what it's talking about.
Yeah,
it's a little bit
fine.
off.
But
Yeah, like
Mello, I think the only other big mistake you had was you got to fight the second snail.
Oh yeah. I was so caught up about making sure I get the back reverse deboost that I completely forgot to freeze it coming into the room.
No.
Yeah, because I've died to that little, 1 block pit there so many times, just not lining up my reverse deboost properly, that it's always heavy on my mind, and then I just forget everything before that, like freezing the damn thing.
I feel like GND's answer to that was to just jump directly into the snail and don't give it a chance to do anything.
That's right. Yeah, pretty much.
I love, like, you can tell sometimes, like, the strat is I'm going to make this big jump. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to try and tap left. And then the other strat is, no, just take the boost. We're going.
Just take the boost. Yeah, that's like, yeah. Winner, chicken dinner at that point.
So GND, I think it was a solid run. Just a couple of big mistakes, and then the little mistakes were there, like in the menu. But I mean, we all have those menu moments.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, definitely. I had trouble in Ring. I had trouble in Dust. And I just played those at less than an hour ago, and they were fine. Of course, you get on here, and anything can happen.
I mean, that's a question for both of you, and for context, right? I feel like if it's Super Mario World, I need to do 2 runs before my race, and then my race will be the good one. If it's Mega Man, it's only 1 run before the race, and the second run will be the good one.
Oh yeah, that works out for you too. That's so true for me.
Second race for Mello then is the good run.
Yeah, like the first no reset before the race is some trash that I just need to get through, and then the second run is okay, not good, but
yeah, that is true. I've done that before too. This time it was just like picking random stages and practicing on various things, but I should have did a no reset run and just went ahead and did it. But,
yeah, I actually didn't even have time to do a full run before this. I was just doing some practice.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow, I mean, I did a whole bunch of safe strats, like in Cossack 1, in the overhang room. I waited completely for that little clamp thing to open instead of trying to deboost past it. And, got both E-tanks and that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was just scared. Really scared. It's a scary game.
It is. It puts some pressure on you for sure.
With that, Mello, you are through to face Sage Hero in the round of 8.
All right, well,
any thoughts on our friend Sage?
Well, Sage is one of the vets. I definitely look up to him in a lot of games. So Mega Man 4, of course, that's like what he's known for. So I definitely have my work cut out for me. So I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself. It is what it is. Sage is very good at the game. I'm just going to go in there and I'll probably do the safe strats again instead of try to push anything too aggressive. And hopefully it works out. I don't know. I know it's going to be a good race though. Oh yeah, Sage did it. Sage missed the balloon. I was commentating his race, and he still got a decent time. So
the G&D pace.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that was named after you. Sorry.
When you don't get balloons and you still PB. Like what?
That balloon was just getting in the way.
Yeah.
GND, you get, I believe it's Lolo in the next round.
Okay, great. Yep, that's perfect.
Yep. For the right to face Time Link.
Awesome.
So,
again,
nice.
GG's to Mello, dude. You're awesome. I've always been a big fan of you, and I kept looking over and at the our chat here, and I was like, man, come on, finish. Like.
I was thinking the same thing about you. I was thinking that you're overdue for a PB. So
way overdue, yeah. It's.
Of course, you're gonna get it while you race me. That's my thoughts.
We'll see next time. We'll see. Yeah, definitely. It's. I'm way overdue for a PB. You're right, and so we got this, man. So again, congratulations, Mr. Cap. It's always a pleasure to see you too, man. I miss you terribly, and I hope that you're doing well.
Hey. Oh, I've got thoughts. I've got questions for you, but they're technical questions. They're not about speedrunning at all. That's a whole nother story.
Oh yeah, that's a whole other story. Yeah. DM me, please.
Don't worry.
Thank you for commentating, Mr. Cap. I thought there was going to be no commentator.
No, I'll be honest. I love commentary. It's just a matter of finding the time to do it. Fortunately, Mega Man 4 and having best of 1 gives me time to kind of sneak these in. But that said, let's make sure we get these out there in chat. Don't forget to follow the runners. There, I said it. I get paid now. If you're watching this on YouTube in the distant future, the Twitch channels are spelled just like they are on the screen. MelloFlowz with a Z. GuyNextDoor717. Follow them. They're both great runners. You'll see lots of great Mega Man content there. If you really want to follow me, you can follow me as well, Mr. Cab55. You'll see some Mega Man and a little bit of everything these days. Whenever I find that free time, I keep talking about hypothetically having our next scheduled Mega Man 4 race at this point in time is Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Papat.1, the Mega Man 6 and Mega Man 5 and Mega Man 7 and Mega Man X7 and Super Adventure Island 2 Legend, if I built him up enough.
I think so.
Against the top seed of the tournament, RL509, coming in here is he's either the only or one of two 37s we have here in this thing. Hypa, I think Hypa's got to have a 37 by now. Yeah, he does. They're actually only 4 seconds apart. I'm looking at that now.
Yeah, Arel's been crushing it lately. He didn't rejoin Mega Man 4 for a while, then bam, he just came out of nowhere, and he's been doing great.
Aurel has been really grinding on Mega Man 2 and the Zipless crew. A lot of them, we saw him out there in chat a little bit earlier today too. We love Mega Man 2. There's a Mega Man 2 randomizer tournament going on for Speedgaming Live as well. Do check out Speedgaming Live and all of its fun tournaments here on the Speedgaming family of networks. They're nice enough to let us come here, mess around, and have races and chat for 10 minutes after a race ends all night for some reason. I don't see anything else on the schedule tonight for well, actually, no, I do. We finished up soon enough. There is a Super Metroid Link to the Past randomizer, the combo rando race coming up soon. I think that's a community race, but go check that out. It's on Speedgaming. Definitely support Speedgaming. We love to see it. We love them. We need to keep the speedrunning infrastructure up and running. I said our next race for this tournament is Wednesday. I know there's a bunch of us chatting to get our races scheduled. I'll just throw out there, look out for one Saturday morning, said the person trying to schedule his race for Saturday morning. But I think that's most of what I've got. Let's do the Mega Man leaderboard shout out here, megamanleaderboards.net. Come on over, check out the Discord. We'll teach you that Mega Man 4 run. We'll teach you any of these Mega Man runs. We'll tell you where the Mega Man X and the Mega Man 0, even the ZX and the Legends and the... What am I forgetting here? I'm forgetting one. Battle Network? I think we kind of know where Battle Network is. It's been a while. Point is, if you like Mega Man, come on over. We'll have a good time. megamanleaderboards.net. I think I've said everything I can say outside of thank you for watching. Mello, you got any shout-outs you want to make?
No shout-outs. Shout-outs to you, Mr. Cab, for organizing the tournament, taking on pretty much all of the administrative work and everything behind the scenes. And of course, thank you, Speedgaming, for hosting us once again. Thank you, G&D. Great race, GG's, and I'm looking forward to your next PB, which should be a big one.
Thank you very much.
G&D, you got anything to say about that next PB? Any other shout-outs?
Oh, it'll be soon. No other shoutouts other than what has been said, but yeah, very appreciative to be here, and it's a lot of fun. You know, if you don't win, you don't win. If you do, that's great too. It's just fun. So I get a lot of joy out of just getting to talk with you guys. I haven't talked with you guys for a while, so it's a lot of fun. So yeah, thank you all for everything. Yep.
Cool. So we're gonna get out of here. Stay tuned for Speedgaming for more, Speedgaming, and definitely check out Speedgaming Live's website where you can help contribute to these prize pools that we have set up for Speedgaming Live, and just in general learn everything about the event, including how to get to the live event later this year. I believe it's still in Herndon, Virginia. Don't quote me on that, but I'm going to say it. And with that, I think I'm going to get us out of here. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you.